started, and off we go from M20 Bank Stadium. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Time with Mark Ingram. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 35 on second down, Jackson. Now he'll pull it down. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll run on first down. Ingram, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of 2 there, second down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
It's complete to Snead. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very solid gain of 27. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help, because you remember when we sat in with...
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Prosise. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson being chased out left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. 6-0 our score after 1. On 2nd and 7, Jackson steps away to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. 3rd down here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jackson now. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tomoda Peko racks up the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A 2nd down carry for Process. 9 good yards here on the run, and now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
Hey, 0-0-0. Mike 48. Yeah. You don't want nothing.
On 1st down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 44 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he missed it. No good. This is going to remain a 2-point game after that one. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready,
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Jackson dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The throw right sideline here is complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
It's a foot race. Got a man. It's Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 71 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels. And that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 22. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack on first down, Wilson, it's complete to Jerron Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun, he'll throw. Being chased out left towards the end, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw.
Another one, yo. Another one.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's second down. To throw again, Jackson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson, good throw again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. 23 yards on the play. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run down here with Procise. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Escaping the pressure right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. On 3rd down, Jackson.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys they've talked about?
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, and he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too... And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Jackson now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time.
Unfolded, they were doing all the